We started the Constitutional Court here in Seoul, where the 9th hearing is taking place at President Yoon Suk Yeol's impeachment trial. For details, I have our correspondent Oh Soo-young standing by live. Soo-young, it's good to have you on. Now, I understand today's hearing is witnessing the two sides laying out their respective arguments with regard to the legality of the president's declaration of martial law on December 3rd last year.
That's right, Sunny. So today's hearing began at 2 p.m, but without President Yoon Suk Yeol in attendance. He was supposed to attend, but ended up sitting out the 9th trial hearing. And as the last few trial hearings have focused on questioning witnesses, the session today was intended for each side, the National Assembly's impeachment team and President Yoon's lawyers, to summarize their cases for and against impeachment, as well as to go over the evidence that the bench hasn't scrutinized yet. To go over the main arguments made so far, the National Assembly's panelists claimed that Yoon's declaration of martial law was illegal, as he did not go through proper cabinet procedures, as were his proclamation of martial law decrees. The panel says Yoon also tried to disrupt parliamentary activities by deploying troops to the National Assembly, as well as the National Election Commission, an independent constitutional body, and tried to arrest judicial figures. The panel continued to claim today that Yoon intended to shut down the National Assembly and cited how witnesses and other central figures so far have indicated there wasn't a proper cabinet meeting before the martial law declaration, and that the proclamation of the martial law orders was not approved by the cabinet either.
This is a direct attack on the principles of the rule of law and the separation of powers. From the perspective of constitutional protection, it is an absolutely unacceptable act.
Meanwhile, Yoon's side insists that martial law was constitutional as an executive right of the president, and that the opposition party had made it impossible for the government to function by constantly impeaching officials, railroading controversial bills through parliament, and dramatically cutting the budget. Yoon has also cited suspicions of election fraud at the National Election Commission and has called to investigate servers and ballot papers for irregularities.
Right, Soo-young. Moving forward then, what, Soo-young, can we expect on Thursday?
Well, on Thursday, there's set to be 3 witness examinations, beginning with Prime Minister Han Duck-soo. Now, Han has previously stated that the president has not held a proper cabinet meeting before declaring martial law on December 3rd. Also, there's a former Deputy Director of the National Intelligence Service, Hong Jang-won, who was actually summoned earlier this month by the National Assembly side, but he's going to be returning to be questioned by Yoon's legal team on Thursday. Hong claims there was a list of 14 to 16 figures the president wanted to arrest under martial law. Also, National Police Agency Commissioner General Cho Ji-ho will also stand witness after missing 2 sessions for health reasons. Both the National Assembly's panel and Yoon's legal team plan to question the Prime Minister and the Police Commissioner General.
So I also hear the Constitutional Court rejected an earlier request by the president's defense team for a rescheduling of Thursday's session.
Yes, that's right. So despite President Yoon's legal team's request to postpone Thursday's date to next Tuesday, citing a lack of preparation time, especially as President Yoon's legal team also has to cover his criminal trial proceedings, which begin the same day, the Constitutional Court nevertheless decided to push ahead with the 10th trial hearing on Thursday. And when Yoon's team asked for a reconsideration, the bench merely pushed back the hearing by an hour, so it will now begin at 3 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. Acting Chief Justice Moon Young-bae suggested that as Yoon's pre-trial for his criminal case is at 10 a.m. in the morning, the legal team should be able to make it to the Constitutional Court by the afternoon, and added that the judicial bench is also juggling 3 other trial hearings this week. So Thursday looks to be the last witness examination at this point, and as the court rejected all other applications made by Yoon's lawyers, as well as emphasizing the need for a swift trial, of course. Now, if there's one more session scheduled to wrap up the arguments made so far and also hear Yoon's closing statement, it's likely that a verdict will be delivered in the first half of March. The National Human Rights Commission on Monday adopted a statement calling for a lawful trial process that ensures the right to defend oneself in court and for a thorough witness examination process.
Right, I see. All right, So-young, thank you for that coverage. That was our Oh Soo-young with the latest on the president's impeachment trial.